Michelina could come back up, or and the Hawaii Green Infrastructure Authority testifier. As I understand the GEMS program, it's aimed at the lower economic sector, am I correct?
No, the way the GEMS program was established, it was defined that it would target the underserved market. And so largely the definition of the underserved market is those folks who don't have access to traditional means of financing.
Well, then that's saying the same thing as I just said.
Right.
So, but using different
Yep.
language. How many homeowners have tapped into GEMS?
We have funded 3 loans.
You've what?
We have funded 3 consumer loans.
And how long has the program been in operation?
So the authority was established in November of 2014. The bonds were floated
So
in
it's
November
been-
of 14. So it's been 15 months, yes.
3,
3 loans.
that's, okay. Mr. Michelina, in my experience in the district that I represent, there's a fairly substantial segment of people that just say we can't go put in that amount of money and put in, say, photovoltaic. Would the PACE program be something that those people, more than 3, would likely be able to access?
Well, again, I mean, there hopefully are a number of programs that they can use, and we hope that they use GEMS, actually. I mean, that's available right now, and that's something that offers relatively low-cost financing. And so there have been a number of challenges to the program, but we hope it's going to expand, and I know that GEMS program is looking at other avenues to deploy those funds. PACE would also be a good mechanism for that. So would on-bill financing. So I think it's a matter of, does the legislature think it makes sense to have a lot of tools available? But the challenge here, it's not just passing laws, it's also making sure that there's follow-through and execution. On-bill financing, that was one where we hit some hurdles, and years have passed, and we have yet to have a on-bill financing program.
How is PACE working in other states, if you know?
Aside from these hurdles that came from concerns from the lenders, we understand that it's moving pretty well. California is a good example of that. It was sort of innovated at Berkeley, and it would be interesting to see what's happened in the last couple of years with interest rates.
Do you have any numbers of how many? Is it more than 3?
I assume it's more than 3. We could look into it and see exactly how effective it has been.
Mm-hmm. It seemed to me that this would reach a different category of homeowners, and it's like, lay out your tools. What do we have? And you range from GEMS, which is going to help the underserved constituency that cannot get a loan, to the middle area where people have a loan and have equity in the loan and then can tap it. And that's the intention of it. So am I looking at that correctly? I mean, does Blue Planet look at this as maybe putting another group into renewable energy that we haven't reached yet?
Potentially, and potentially also folks that are leasing. If you have a property that you rent out, this might be a tool that's more attractive as it's embedded in the property tax. But again, I think it's about availing a portfolio of tools.